Happy Pie Day! I don't have pie. I wanted to. I thought I could get a nice banana cream pie and it would be applicable. I could have it for the video. It's for science / tiny bananas. I thought about going to Pie in Fremont. Also did not do that just because I wanted to get home after work. So for part of this video, I was thinking I would talk about something real. But for the first part, I want to talk about pie versus cake, because for years, I was on team cake, firmly. I don't like pie that much. I don't like fruity flavors. There was a long time when I was like, hands down, I don't crave anything fruity. Like, if I want fruit, I'll eat real fruit. That's all I need. And then just like chocolate all the way, and like chocolate and peanuts. Cooking with gas, man. And then I realized that every time I had banana cream pie or banana cream pie was available, it was the biggest deal. I've only had it like 3 or 4 times in my life, but every time it's just the best thing. So, you know, you have that first, like, you found the exception to the rule, and then you need to start reevaluating your arguments. So, for instance, cake. I just like the density more. I like that. I like the more of the like dry, firm, like something you can kind of melt in your mouth type of thing, rather than pie, which is usually more liquid. You kind of slurp it, chew it. I don't know, like weird. It seemed weird to me. And pie crust honestly just seemed like a waste of space. That's what I like about banana cream pie. The crust is vanilla crackers, which have actual flavor and have absorbed moisture from the cream. And cake, like, I will say, for many years, I didn't even like frosting on cake. I was like, I don't need that. Like, that's just, it tastes like nothing. It's sugar. It was like the crust of the pie, only with cake. You could actually scrape it off or just not put it on. Like, you can't do that with pie. At the same time, cake, it's sweet. It's sweet. That's what it does. And I really just like chocolate cake. It's really just like a vehicle for chocolate. And if it's not really, really dense, it's just like, it's worth it. It's just like chocolate flavored air. At which point I realized I really just like brownies. Pie, in the meantime, it's not just sweet. You can have savory pie. You can have a meat pie, a la Sweeney Todd. Hopefully not too close. You know, you can throw whatever in that pie. You can throw vegetables. You can throw meat. You can throw beans, and really any sort of even sweet filling. You just pile whatever in. Maybe put some sugar. Maybe put some flour. You just let it stew, and it comes out all like liquidy. I'm still not like, it would never be my go-to thing, but I respect it more. And so I am okay with it having a day because it needs my approval. So that's my cake versus pie thing for Pie Day 3.14. I'd be anxious to hear your positions on the issue, your favorite kinds of pie and or cake. Kate Lebo, who is a Seattle poet, and also runs a pie school. Adria, I think I gave you her book a couple years ago. She has a Commonplace Book of Pie, which Chin Music put out before I worked there. And she's like a pie horoscope where besides recipes, she actually has like, you'll pick your favorite pie and then you go to that page and the like prose poem for that pie is a horoscope for you. I actually don't have a copy because I just keep giving it as gifts, so I can't guide you through this. Anyways, that's a nice bridge. Pie, poetry. I've actually been doing things writing-wise lately. The weekend before this one, I spent like 5 or 6 hours, maybe 7 over the course of the weekend going through some of my old writing, and because it's me, putting it into a spreadsheet. you know, I feel like we had so many classes together. We generated so much in Right Away. We would have our own writing groups. I did NaPoWriMo several times, and well, I've done it the past few years. And then, like, me and Dandy and Jack have done it several times because we've been in poetry classes during April, or just to do it. And so I had this huge backlog, and I was just like, I'll deal with it when I'm graduated. I'll deal with it when I'm graduated. And I'm graduating, and I finally started dealing with it. So actually, the inspiration for this partly comes from Linda Beards. So Linda Beards had this big poster board she told us about, and when she was like a young poet just trying to like get out there, she drew this up, and she researched journals, and she thought about what she had, and she sectioned off so a bunch of columns representing different journals, rows along the sides for poems, and when she heard back from journals, every time she got rejected, she'd put a big X for that journal next to that poem. And she said, like, and you know, like, all of the like a row or a column would fill up with X's as like I kept getting rejected by this journal, or I kept getting this poem rejected, but every once in a while she would get to put into this thing like in there. So I started looking into that for myself, and just journals that actually Linda Beards had told us about, ones I've seen around town. My friend Dakota, who's in New York, had found a list online of some places that were open for submissions right now. And so this last weekend, I actually submitted to like 7 or 8 places that I'd been meaning to for a while. I was partly inspired by also having submitted to Bricolage and thinking, I need to get on this again. One thing that's really cool, and why I actually thought it was a salient thing, is first of all, it like looking back through reminded me like I have produced things and I can produce things, and having less chaos. I mean, I still haven't made it through everything. I just like looked the places I knew I had stuff I liked. I have to sift through some just like junk documents. But with NaPoWriMo coming up again, it's less chaos behind me and more like order, more, you know, if I write things, I can see where I'm going to fit them in, and I can know that I'm actually going to do something with them. And that's a really powerful feeling, like not feeling so adrift, having some sort of trajectory and something to aim at that's specific. And so, you know, my spreadsheet has this like status row of all like submitted to. And one thing was that I submitted to Entropy, which is where the list of places that were open was on. And they had this series for just like writing about birds. And I had that sequence poem I wrote that is about crows that I think I read at a couple of Bricolage open mics. And they took it. It pays to have to submit to a really niche thing. But I emailed it in on like Friday or Saturday, and Sunday night the editor was like, yeah, let's do this. So after a hiatus of like 2 years, except for like AU and Blind Glass, like for the first time ever, I think, I'm being published by someone I don't know, which is pretty cool. So we'll keep submitting more as I get rejections that I know are coming. Anyways, so I was also wondering if either of you were going to do NaPoWriMo, because I think my next video at least will probably be during NaPoWriMo. Yeah. If you're not doing poetry, if you would want to team up in some sort of like, well, I'm writing a poem a day, one of you is checking in about your writing, that could be fun. I know I suggested that a while back and flaked out. Let me know, ladies. Bye. Ladies.